Boys and girls, this week in science, we're going to learn about food chains. I know it says food webs too, but we're really going to focus on food chains. So our objective this week for you is that you can identify food chains by the end of the week. So let's talk about where we get our energy. Well, this is an example of where I get my energy. Chicken and broccoli, and that looks like some stuffing there, maybe some dressing. We get our energy from the food we eat and the drinks we drink, like milk and water. We eat those things and our body turns them into energy, which helps us move, it helps us think, helps us get out of bed, it helps us walk and run. Everything we do, we need energy for, and so that's why we have to eat and drink every day to keep our energy. So let's think about some ways we get energy. We've got some categories. We've got fruits and vegetables, grains, dairy, protein, and then sugar and fats. So let's talk about like a vegetable. What about like a pumpkin? That would be a great example of a vegetable that we get some energy from. Or maybe some broccoli. We get lots of energy from broccoli, or cabbage is another great source. Or carrots would be another great source. Also strawberries, fruits, oranges. Those are all great examples of places we get energy from. Now, grains are going to be things that are made with like wheat type products. So our grains would include bread, it would include pasta, it would include crackers, and also another grain that we have is rice. Dairy is stuff we get from cows, or that is made from cows. So like milk, we get milk from cows. Yogurt, it's another dairy product. Cheese, we get cheese from cows. And we even get ice cream from cows. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the dairy place, but it could also fit in the sugar category, right? Yes. Okay. Protein. There are several different ways for us to get protein. One very important way that we get lots of protein is chickens. And it can be a cooked chicken or a live chicken, or it could be the egg from the chicken. Or a lot of people eat duck eggs or quail eggs. Lots of different types of eggs. Another great source of protein is fish. Fish gives us really good protein. Another source would be ham, like from a pig, or steak from a cow. And also another place that we get protein would be a nut. Peanuts and almonds and cashews, they are packed with good protein for us. Now, sugars and fats, that's going to be things like a lollipop and a cookie and some sugary cereal or a chocolate chip cookie, okay? Those are things that have lots of sugar and some fat in them, and they give us energy, but that type of energy doesn't last for very long. We call it like when you have a sugar rush, okay? If you eat a bunch of cookies, you might feel really, really hyper, but then usually your body just feels like kind of crashes after a little while. Feels like you're super duper tired because that type of energy doesn't last long. So let's talk about where some of these things come from. Cows. Cows provide us with meat and dairy products. So we have things like ground beef, steaks, rib. And then from the milk, well, we get milk, and then from the milk we can make cheese and yogurt, butter, ice cream, cottage cheese, lots of dairy products. Where else do we get some meat? Pigs. Pigs provide us with pork products, so like ham and bacon and sausage. We get hot dogs, we eat pork ribs and pork chops. All of those come from pigs. Another great place to get some protein, chickens. We get the meat from the chickens and we also eat the eggs. And there's lots of different ways that we eat chicken. Roasted, fried, chicken nuggets, chicken wings, or even boneless chicken. And we eat their eggs, right? Yummy, usually for breakfast. Now, our fruits and vegetables come from the garden. The gardens provide us with things like corn and wheat, potatoes, carrots, lettuce, broccoli, all of those types of things. Strawberries, raspberries, pumpkins, those come from a garden to provide us energy. Now, things like oranges and blueberries and peaches and bananas and cherries and grapes, they grow on trees. Well, not grapes, sorry. Grapes and blueberries grow on vines, where the others grow on trees. So let's think about some of the things. Where does it come from? How about corn? Where does it come from? It comes from the garden. Good. What about steak? Comes from a cow. Okay. What about an orange? Comes from a tree. Yep. Good. What about yogurt? It's a tricky one. It comes from milk, and milk comes from a cow. Yes. So lots of things in nature we use for consumption, meaning eating, and we do that because they give us energy, and our bodies need energy to do everything from thinking to standing to running and everything in between.